What we have is a public official soliciting or requesting money.
And that money, says Jody Remke, chair of the state's ethics agency, isn't for campaigns. These are behested payments, donations to charities or other groups a politician wants to support. The donations are made by corporations, foundations, and other private groups. And it adds up. More than $120 million since 1997.
I think disclosure is important because the public has a right to know when their official is asking for money. They have a right to know who's asking, who they're asking, and where the money is ultimately going. It's an issue of influence and potential conflicts down the road.
This year alone, $28 million has been donated at the behest of elected officials in California. There are no limits, no restrictions on how much politicians can direct to their favorite causes. Governor Jerry Brown alone has asked for more than $30 million since 2007, money mostly donated on his behalf to 2 Oakland charter schools. Critics say behested payments are a way for interest groups to curry favor with the state's powerful decision makers.
I think the real concern about behested payments comes down to where the sources of those gifts are coming from.
Kathy Fung is executive director of California Common Cause, a group that promotes government accountability.
It's coming from organizations that have business before the legislature. They've got bills, they've got interests that they're pushing.
And so, says Fung, it's not just the money flowing to a good cause.
The giving of behested payments to nonprofits is just one part of their strategy to gain influence with electeds. It must be successful. You don't spend millions of dollars just out of the kindness of your heart, at least not with, these types of entities.
The entities are the same ones that give a lot to political campaigns, from AT&T and Chevron to Indian gaming tribes and beyond. Again, Kathy Fung.
It is not quid pro quo, but there clearly is an expectation that if I give this large amount of money, you're going to pay attention, and I'm going to probably have an easier time being able to come into your office and talk to you than a local constituent who didn't give $1.
Oakland Assemblyman Rob Bonta says he asks for charitable donations simply to help his constituents. For example, he's helped raise money for community events, including one that gave low-income kids glasses.
That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be putting glasses on kids who don't have access to care. And if I can help bring a mobile eye clinic because I'm a legislator and I could reach out to someone who can provide those services to bring them into the district, I think I should. I think my constituents expect me to do that.
Assemblyman Bonta is one of the state's most successful politicians when it comes to collecting these behested payments. But he's no longer required to disclose all of it. One growing part of behested payments is when a lawmaker acts as a middleman to help private businesses get state grants or tax credits. This year alone, California lawmakers helped businesses secure more than $15 million. But Governor Jerry Brown signed a law last week ending that kind of disclosure. Assemblyman Rob Bonta helped a biofuel company in his district get a $3.4 million grant from the California Energy Commission. 2 leaders of that biofuel company later donated money to Bonta's campaign. But he dismisses suggestions that the campaign contributions were linked to his help with the state grant as, quote, silly. Bonta says the new law just makes disclosure simpler.
The best way to do it is for the agency who is delivering that funding to the entity at the appropriate time to make a report.
Critics say that without politicians reporting all of their activity, it's impossible for the public to get a complete sense of just who state leaders are helping, which could mean more political influence remains hidden from public view. For the California Report, I'm Marisa Lagos.